we got some very funny Marvel Rivals drama here. Let's check out this post from Pirate Nation summarizing the situation. Then we'll take a look at some of the angry people who were all offended. We'll get to that coming up in just a second. So Pirate Nation says, Marvel Rivals has upgraded Storm's quote-unquote Sacred Skies swimsuit from epic to legendary, less than 24 hours after it was revealed, after backlash and racism accusations. The swimsuit was originally going to be an epic skin. That decision caused a lot of backlash from Storm fans and some black players, with accusations that the developers were overlooking black characters when giving out legendary skins. They said that Storm was the only female character with a swimsuit that was not legendary, while the other epic swimsuits belonged to male characters. This blew up with developers and moderators getting harassment. So the devs and the moderators were getting harassment by the people that were offended because how dare this skin not be legendary? Better harass the devs. Yeah, that's very mature, isn't it? And yeah, in the official dev post about this, they literally said, and while we understand that tensions run high, harassment of our staff, including the development team and moderators, is not acceptable. We'll take a look at the full dev post a little bit later on in the video. And while the devs may have capitulated to the harassment this time, what do you think is going to happen when Chinese devs deal with stuff like this? They're going to avoid engaging with this sort of thing in the future, obviously. Over on the subreddit Rivals, the offended people are getting mocked in the responses of this post where the OP says, so the Storm skin is now legendary. Now run them pockets. Adding, there are no excuses if it blows and doesn't sell, so y'all better make those numbers go up. How about instead of rage posting, those people use their time and energy to actually get good at the game for once? And let's check out some of the comments here. We got, yeah, after all that's happened, people better buy the skin. Though I guarantee at least 80% of the people a part of that drama were never planning to buy it in the first place. Response reading 80%, 99%. Try 99%. Others saying stuff like, it's going to be really funny when she won't get another skin for a year because only 7 people will buy this one. Check this comment out. Says, no shot, it's a legendary now, LMAO. It doesn't even look like one. OP says, after all the backlash, yeah, they upgraded it, which was mostly them threatening the devs. It wasn't even criticism. They legit were sending death threats. I can't understand a few of them were trying to be reasonable. Wait, I can't understand a few of them were trying to be reasonable, but there is no excuse to send those sort of threats to people that work 9 to 5. Other response saying, this is what happens when you don't have real problems in life, sending threats over a stupid skin in a video game. You have no idea how disgusted I am that these kinds of people belong to the community. Let's check out what those people are saying, by the way. Over on a different Rivals subreddit, this one, the Marvel Rivals Queen subreddit, that's filled with performative couch activists. As a matter of fact, here you go. This is the official description of the Rivals Queens subreddit. They say, the OG Marvel Divas and Queens, with a nail painting emoji. A community for the queens, the he's, the she's, the they's, and everyone in between to enjoy and discuss Marvel Rivals. This is a space created for LGBTQ people, women, and anyone else who feels unwelcome in gaming spaces. Okay. Wow. Now, I will give a little bit of credit because on rare occasion, I've seen the minority of people on this subreddit calling out the majority when they're being extra obnoxious and performative. But again, like, it's few and far between when that happens. I'll give credit where credit's due. It just doesn't happen very often because the majority of people over there tend to be like this, taking us back to this post on Rivals Queens titled, People Are So Dense. They say, I'm happy that NetEase has done the right thing and addressed the issue with Storm. Obviously, they need to continue to change how they are treating their black character in-game. Their black character? You mean characters? They care so much about this that they're not even going to properly, spell any of this out. But okay. The community is dense, though, in PMO. This is not an issue about some characters getting less skins. This was about the only black woman being the only woman to not get a legendary. This is not a time to talk about Johnny or Ultron or whoever else you feel is underserved, unless it is about one of the other black characters, because this is a conversation about racism and should not be co-opted away from that. Oh, wow, dude, you totally defeated racism. Good job. Here's another post on Rivals Queens where they say Marvel Rivals devs respond over Storm skin backlash. We'll take a look at the official statement in a moment, but let's get right to the rage. Look at this. Their top response says, and don't let us catch you neglecting Mother again. Another one says, good, but I'm watching you, grumbles. Should have been legendary in the first place. And it's so sad how they disrespect Storm, such an iconic Marvel character, as well as, girl, whatever, your lips are moving. Doesn't mean anything. Do better, we're watching you. I get that's what they're saying in response to the dev post, I guess. Such a weird way of phrasing things. And so the devs did say that they are upgrading the Sacred Sky swimsuit costume to legendary for free in the near future, and that players who purchase the costume will receive a free ultimate effect upgrade. So it's not going to cost any more than the epic version that it currently is. But this could have backfired because they were technically arguing for the skin to also become more expensive and arguing that they want it to be legendary. By making it epic to begin with, they were making the skin more affordable. And Storm isn't exactly a popular character in-game. Obviously, she is as like an X-Men character. Yeah, Storm is iconic. But in terms of rivals, she's not really that popular of a character to play for a lot of mechanical reasons. And so they released an epic skin, making it more affordable for the Storm players out there that want it. But then the Virtue Signalers online are like, no, it has to be legendary, in which, like I said, that technically would have made it more expensive, though the devs did take an approach that mitigated that potential issue. It gets even more funny, though, because this subreddit, Marvel Rivals Queens, is also notorious in the Rivals community for not just being filled with a lot of performative couch activists, but for constantly complaining about the Gooners and the Gooner skins, and the irony that this subreddit is now in the news cycle for being outraged about a swimsuit skin that they wanted to go from epic to legendary. So on one hand, they complain about the Gooners, but on the other hand, they were harassing and sending threats to developers over a swimsuit skin that, again, they wanted to change from epic to legendary. It's like, bro, come on. People like that, man, they always have no self-awareness. Let's check out a different rage post from the couch activists. They say, I'm happy they're upgrading Storm skin, but I still feel like it's crazy that they tried to play it in our faces. Like they genuinely thought it was okay to give everybody else legendary skins and then leave her with a terrible epic, despite almost every skin she has being an epic skin. So now they're insulting the skin too, saying it's like terrible. And then the MVP was 3 seconds with recycled animations. They definitely see the comments too. They know that nobody has wanted her epic skins this whole time, but they still made this one an epic, and only because they did my... Okay, what is the grammar here? Hold on a second. They definitely see the comments too. They know that nobody has wanted her epic skins this whole time, but they still made this one an epic, and only because they did my expect people... Dude, it's reminding me of that really old copy pasta. Like, have you ever been so far as to ever... I always forget the middle of it, and then it's like, look so like, or be so like, whatever. This person's like unironically doing that. And only because they did my expect people to say anything once again. Okay, probably meant they didn't expect people to say anything. Very weird developers. I don't like them. Oh yeah, dude, you find the developers very weird, and you don't like them, but you're going to play their game, buy their skins, or probably not, you know, performative and all that. Probably not even going to buy the Storm skin after all this, but I digress. Play their game, post on subreddits related to the game, but very weird. I don't like those guys. Okay, as you contribute to the stuff that you don't like, apparently. Very genuine. Hey, OP, I've actually got a game that you'll probably love. It's called Dustborn. This is a game filled with virtue signaling, and they're hypocritical just like you are. These people were sponsored by government funds. They say that they're like anti-establishment, and they were literally getting paid by the government to make this game. And good news for you too, it's on a 95% discount right now. You can get this iconic game for only $1.49. Definitely an amusing situation. Let me know what you think about the latest. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.